Oh my god. I cannot believe the Caesar buffs. Boom! Hey, it's Monday. They rolled out the beta changes for Zenless Zone Zero. We're gonna quickly go through them? Yeah, so let's start with the biggest change. Yeah, let's start with the biggest change. So when Caesar launches her enhanced skill, she provides a shield. The value of the shield is now doubled. Cool. She gives twice as much shield. Awesome. That's not the important part. The on-fielder gains 1000 attack. And this effect remains for 5 seconds after the shield is lost. So if you take too much damage. Oh my god. Yeah. Caesar's shield now provides 1000 attack. Additionally, they changed her special, or they changed the bonus stats that she got from her EX special. It no longer gives Caesar crit rate, and the amount of impact she gets is also reduced. But we don't care. She gives 1000 attack. Yeah, she might be slightly worse at building daze damage now, or slightly better, or the same in some cases. Her specials, her special stuff got some of its daze values increased, but I feel like that's just to counteract the subtraction of impact from her and the subtraction of daze from her set. Oh yeah, by the way, let's do the set changes. Yeah, the Caesar thing, that's prep. Okay, cool. Let's talk about the set changes. So the set is changed to whenever a character activates defensive or evasive assist, the damage of the party is now increased by 15% for 10 seconds instead of being 15% daze. This is technically a nerf, but also technically a buff. This is primarily a lot more useful in teams that do damage outside of the stun window now. It's more like a counterpoint to swing jazz instead of a, yeah, you use this and you get to the stun state faster, which is an interesting choice for the set. This is the set you're going to probably use on Caesar and Seth. They also changed Burnice's set, Chaos Jazz. The 2-piece is still anomaly master or anomaly proficiency. Ignore the auto translate. This is 30 anomaly proficiency. The 4-piece has now changed. It gives 5 less damage bonus, but it applies to fire and lightning damage, or fire and electric damage. So this is an upgrade for Grace in an anomaly team. It also means that they might be telling us, hint, hint, Yanagi could be an off-field anomaly character. Sus, but it's worth considering that they added electric to the set. That was otherwise just pure only for fire and Burnice. They made the set more useful, so that's cool. Quickly, let's talk about engines. So both of the engines changed. So this is Burnice's engine. Burnice's engine had its main stat change from anomaly proficiency to attack percent. So it went from 90 anomaly proficiency to 30 attack percent. But they increased the damage bonus from 3.6 or 36 to 4 or 40. So you now get 40 damage bonus from Burnice's S-rank engine, but you get less anomaly proficiency. In exchange, you get attack. It doesn't seem to have changed things. Burnice is essentially the same character. The big changes are Caesar. For Caesar, they changed the conditional for running fangs. You no longer need to have a shield to get the damage buff. So that's cool. Now the damage and daze buff from Caesar's W engine is from evasive or defensive assist. And it can be triggered by any party member. You no longer need to be about to get hit with a shield. There is still a shield conditional for the energy generation part of the engine, but that's fine. It's a defense engine anyway. Burnice also had some of her values changed. Her minimum energy cost was adjusted down to 20 for her flamethrower, or for her EX special. So that's really cool. Her core passive changed slightly. It now applies a debuff to enemies when she hits them. So you have to essentially mark enemies for them to be hit by her off-field damage. It's not autonomous anymore, or it's not fully automatic anymore. So as long as think Burnice is basically, also it does 320 instead of 300 now. Burnice is basically unchanged besides the energy. Yeah, the energy change for her EX, and you have to target enemies now. Essentially, she got into heated, or if you play Wawa Yinlin, where you just gotta mark enemies for her to do off-field damage. That is really not a big deal. Essentially, Burnice is unchanged. Caesar has been massively buffed. Now, how massive are the Caesar buffs? So the other day I was looking at foreign teams. So I was having a conversation with some people, and the conversation was, hey, what is actually the best Corrin team? Is it Lycon Nicole, or is it Qingyi Rina? And then that also made me think, hey, what about Caesar Lucy? And Lucy is 100% replaceable with, I guess, anything at this point. But so the conclusion that I ended up reaching the other day was that, yeah, the best Corrin team is Qingyi Rina right now. No, that's not true at all. It's Caesar Lucy now. Yeah, Caesar Lucy is now the best Corrin team. Caesar Lucy is now the best Billy team. Caesar Lucy is now the best Neko team. Caesar is probably better than Seth for Jane now. Jane, Caesar, Burnice. Caesar is as good or slightly better than Lycon in an Ellen team. And you could even replace Sokaku with Caesar if you wanted to do that instead. So it could be Ellen. Yeah, it could be Ellen, Caesar, Lycon. Something else you can look at is Jiyan. Caesar is also as good as Qingyi for Jiyan. She is not better than Nicole, but she is as good as Qingyi for Jiyan. So that's really cool. Caesar may in fact be a best in slot character on most teams now, if this goes unchanged. Nice. The Caesar buffs completely clotheslined me. They're absurd. This is with her engine. Yes, this is with her S-Rank engine. But I also look at Qingyi with her S-Rank engine. I'll be shocked if this goes to live, but if it does, yeah, we stand Caesar. All right, we're back. We're so back. I am like, blah. Yeah, my honest reaction. We'll have to wait and see how this goes. Caesar she decided to speedrun the Zhongli feedback. I don't know how else to put it. If you don't know, we recently put out a video talking about the impact of weakness. So the obvious problem with Caesar in a lot of these teams is that she doesn't match the elements unless your name is Corrin, Neko, or Billy. So Corrin, Neko, and Billy will probably be the teams where Caesar is the longest standing character. So I would right now highly recommend going for Caesar if you play Neko, Corrin, or Billy. That being said, specifically for Corrin, Qingyi is on the banner, and the difference between Qingyi Rina and Caesar Lucy is not the biggest in the world, or not big at all. It's like 1%. But yeah, the same thing with Jiyuan. The difference between Caesar and Qingyi is 1%. If you only look at damage in a stun window, I think it's still technically in Qingyi's favor. But the fact that Caesar is competitive is a little goofy.